Team Xbox has taken a lot of L's over...
How are y'all doing, ladies and gentlemen? And my question to you is that, or to the gaming companies here is that rather, can we go through one day without getting any bad news? Because seems like we cannot get that, right? Guys, hit that like button, subscribe, and if you somehow do not enjoy, you can always change your mind later. Hit that like button, stud muffins. But let me actually show you this. One guy said, never put too much faith in the Xbox management team. Okay.
Daddy, chill.
Xbox Microsoft no cares because it's content on Game Pass. Okay. Then another homie came on, Oliver, said that Phil Spencer knew all along that Redfall was an inferior product. People are actually digging up his past, and Phil Spencer said this a year ago.
These decisions are hard on team making the games and our fans, while I fully support giving teams time to release these great games when they are ready. We hear the feedback.
We're gonna get into this video, and Xbox fanboys, listen, okay? Recently we had the PlayStation fanboys that actually coped. I will link you that video in the comments below if you wanna laugh. You can check that out. But Sony Ponies, oh my bad, Sony Ponies, how y'all doing? Today we got a massive L for Xbox. Not my words, not my words. That's what the homie Dreamcast guy says. Another Xbox L. Redfall devs wanted Microsoft to cancel the game.
It seems like Team Xbox has taken a lot of L's over the course of the last few years, with a ton of negative headlines, low console sales, pretty much no exclusives, and their most recent entry, Redfall, is now one of the lowest rated games ever on Steam. This is a legendary dumpster fire, but part of what's been so interesting about that is that this is technically made by an award-winning studio. This is Arkane.
You cut the cat, man. Cut the cat. Legendary studio. I just wish that I could get as excited as the homie Dreamcast guy whenever he hears negative news, guys. The only thing that would excite me is GTA 6 news, guys. GTA 6. When is that game coming out, bros?
They created Dishonored and Deathloop. They are definitely a very, very skilled company that's somehow just made by accident, it seems like.
Yeah, but by accident, right? By accident. Very skilled, he said, guys. Very skilled. My guy, if they were skilled, they would be able to have 60 FPS at launch.
One of the worst games of all time. And now we have some answers as to why. Yeah. A new report has come out that claims the people working on this wanted it to be canceled, and Xbox made them release it anyways. So let's talk about that. What's up, gamers? Dreamcast guy here. Hi, hope you're having a great day.
If you can like this video and subscribe if you haven't already. Bum bum to the bum.
Boy, so here's the short and sweet for those who are a little bit ADD. Yeah. Originally, this game was designed as a games as a service project with significant microtransactions.
For people that actually played Redfall, right? How many microtransactions are there? Is it like loaded with microtransactions? Is Phil Spencer, Microsoft swimming in microtransactions with this game?
Lack of direction, understaffed. Roughly 80%, or sorry, roughly 70% of the developers.
God! You know he wanted to say 80%. You know he wanted to say 80%. Roughly 70% of the devs. Damn, he wanted to say 80, even 90. He wished that it was 99. 100. He wished it was 100.
Who made Prey left Arkane during the making of Redfall. This is their top tier makers. This is the people that are actually good at making games, and they fled the ship as it was sinking. Damn. Now we're over here on Video Game Chronicle to see.
It sounds like a movie. It sounds like a top tier 100, or however you want to say this, award-winning climax of a movie right now, bruh.
Sort of a recap of this Bloomberg deep dive.
Yeah.
Redfall devs reportedly hoped the game would be canceled or rebooted by Microsoft. The Bethesda project is said to have suffered from unclear direction and staffing issues. A new report has shed light on the circumstances that resulted in Redfall's disappointing release last month. I gotta be honest, it's still shocking that this just came out a couple weeks ago, because this...
And let's be real, right, guys? If you wanna blame someone, blame Jason Schreier, right? Because Jason Schreier broke the news, and right now the Sony ponies, they're dancing. They are going off right now. They're like, the Sony ponies, my god, this happens all the time. Like, god damn it, man. Can we go through one day without any bad news? That is crazy. Just the other day we had the Sony ponies, and if you're an Xbox fanboy, if you're an Xbot, okay, in the pinned comment I will link a video, and even the homie Dreamcast guy was scoping in that video. We had that, man. Listen, that video was for the Xbot homies to be shaken, and this video, I guess today it's like a W day, I guess, for the Sony ponies. But listen, man, I don't want to say this, because even though I just said it, I'll leave it in the video, you know what I'm saying? Smash the like button for me to be stunning and brave, strong, independent, stunning, brave, fearless. Because here's the thing, man, can we just get good games? Believe it or not, good games is not gonna hurt the gaming industry. It's gonna help the Sony ponies, it's gonna help the Xbots, it's gonna help all these gamers, the toxic gamers, let's just say, because they want to label you and me as toxic gamers. It's gonna help all of us out.
This has got to be one of the biggest catastrophes that Xbox has faced since the Red Ring of Death in the early 2000s. I mean, the fact that Phil Spencer's done an apology tour, the fact that so many of the developers are coming out and basically saying
he accepted defeat. My god, like, Phil Spencer gotta stop having lunch with Colt Eastwood, bro. Having lunch with Colt Eastwood is not gonna cure your erectile dysfunction, my man. It's not gonna make it so all of a sudden you guys have good games, bro. Like, stop having lunches with YouTubers out there, bro. Focus on the goddamn game, bro.
Look, I may have worked on it, but it was years ago. I've moved on. This is a bonkers, I mean, a truly legendary L, but it says this: following several delays, the first major Xbox exclusive from Bethesda released with a number of technical issues and generally reviewed poorly, garnering about a 56 on Metacritic. Now, personally, I gave it a 4 out of 10 because I kind of enjoy the art, I kind of enjoy the guns, there just wasn't enough meat. And
look at that, bro. Look at that, look at that.
I mean, let's face it, the game was completely broke.
Okay, that's kind of understandable, it's like Coast, right?
There were a lot of vampires that would stare at the wall and never actually fight back as you staked them to death. Redfall is
maybe they were actually jealous of this vampire being able to go through the walls. I'm just saying, I'm just saying, maybe that's what it was.
Redfall is a multiplayer looter shooter, a genre that's new to creator Arkane Studios, which is best known for their critically acclaimed single-player immersive sims like Dishonored and Prey. Now, if you've never played an immersive sim, specifically one that they've done, they essentially give you like a big living city, and you have all sorts of different...
To be honest, man, 56, 54... that seems awfully high for a game like that. This game deserved to have like 30, 40. 50, 60, that's passable. That's average, bro. And if a game gets like 70, 80, that's actually good. And if it gets 90 or above 90, that's great. That is amazing. I just don't understand how a game that had awful AI, tons of glitches, tons of bugs, and the studio themselves said that we cannot have 60 FPS at launch because we need more time. So they confirmed the fact that the game was not ready at launch. When you had all of these problems rise up, right? Then how is it a 56 or 54? Like, I would consider 56 to be a game that is like, you gotta pick this game up on sale maybe. It's an average game. It's not the worst thing out there. It's not the best thing out there. The fact that it got 56, bro, I lost hope in humanity. But IGN gave it 4 out of 10, but then IGN Italia or IGN Spain, they gave it like 8 or 9 out of 10. So like,
different objectives that you can kind of do in your own way. Instead of just assassinating a target, maybe you can make friends with underground spies, or maybe you purposely kill people to heighten the rat population so that guards are more distracted. Yes, those are things you can actually do in Dishonored, and boy howdy are they freaking awesome. But according to a new report from Bloomberg, the game's development was hampered by a lack of clear direction, a high turnover of staff, insignificant resources for what was billed as a AAA game. It is really weird that they're trying to act like this was the first $70 Microsoft game, and it's pretty much not even worth 30 or 40 bucks.
Man, the crazy part here is this. Phil Spencer came out last year, right? And these suckers are catching Phil Spencer, so VGC actually put up this report just earlier today, right? And guys, this is gonna shock you to your core. Get ready, sit down if you're standing up, because I scrolled through this article, right? You see it's a massive article. Jason Schreier broke the news, and underneath, one guy says that, didn't you guys give this game a 4 rating? Oh shit! Oh shit! Guys, it is not 4 out of 10, it is 4 out of 5! That means it's a 80 out of 10 or 80 out of 100. People are catching Phil Spencer with his pants down, and Phil Spencer said this a year ago. Bro, I don't understand. They delayed a game for a year, and it still came out the way it did. And then Phil Spencer went over on TV or live interview and publicly apologized. God damn.
The next big AAA Xbox exclusive. The report is based on the accounts of over a dozen anonymous sources who worked on the title, saying the project started development in 2018 after being pitched to the staff as a multiplayer Arkane game. Some members reportedly found the pitch to be confusing and felt unsure that that sort of gameplay that Arkane would be known for would translate well into a co-op setting. Now, this is definitely valid. If they're a studio that's very famous for making
let's be real, everything is valid when it comes to bad Xbox news for the homie Dreamcast guy. Listen, man, I wish I would get this excited as well, like the homie Dreamcast guy, whenever he gets to see the bad Xbox news. Can we get GTA 6 news? Because I'm patiently waiting for a game to hit that is good. Because right now there's just bad news after bad news.
The game reportedly suffered because its development team was continually understaffed with Arkane's office employing fewer than 100 people. Gosh dang, I mean, I always think
damn, that is crazy, right? Because normally Call of Duty, like this game, if let me see if I can find it, not this one, you know, this game had 3,000 devs, so it's kind of understandable. Okay.
About something like Xenoblade Chronicles, I think, had 250 employees. Obviously, games like Call of Duty have like hundreds of employees, so the fact that they have
it doesn't just have 100 devs. It had 3,000 devs. Like, holy.
Had, 99 people or less. That's kind of insane that they even attempted this. They also had insufficient outsourcing support. So a lot of times if you do have a smaller studio, you ask headquarters for extra outside people to help you with AI programming or background art, or even like, okay, let's hire a company to make the trees so we can focus on where buildings are at, normal stuff like that. Many experienced developers who weren't interested in making a multiplayer game reportedly left the studio, with almost 3/4 of the Austin staff who worked on 2017's Prey, which is objectively a freaking masterpiece, said to have departed Arkane by the time that Redfall was finished. God, 3/4 of the staff. That's absolutely insane. So like 75% of people just straight up walked out.
Any Chinese guy in my chat right now? What's gonna be 3/4 of 3,000 devs if it was a Call of Duty, right? Like 3/4 of. If it was 4,000, then that means 3,000 devs left. But what it's gonna be for Call of Duty right now? Let me know, man. Calculators, guys.
Arkane is said to have experienced difficulties filling these vacancies with their lower than average salaries, its Texas location, and the desire of prospective employees to work on a single player immersive sim viewed as contributing factors. That does make sense. It is weird that some Microsoft studios pay you so little. I mean, if you're looking for a good paycheck, as much as we've heard about it, apparently if you're looking for a really good, steady game dev job, apparently Capcom pays a lot, and I mean, their games sell like crazy, so you probably got to work a lot. But it sounds like Capcom keeps raising.
Man, like that's just pathetic, man. Microsoft, they got trillions of dollars. Now I get it that Xbox is another division and it doesn't have trillions and trillions of dollars, but at least they have some billions, right?
Bruh.
Like, why is this happening? We're not talking about a company that's broke. We're not talking about a company that doesn't have resources. Those suckers got NASA computers, dog. They got all the manpower. They got all the devs. And these suckers want to have Call of Duty and the entirety of Activision as well. I'm just lost for words. I don't know what's happening in gaming right now. It's like $1 trillion company. Are you telling me they're having a... Bruh, like...
people's pay. Nintendo keeps raising people's pay. So it's kind of weird to think that really taking a Microsoft job, not super lucrative, with development of the game started, Bethesda's then parent company, ZeniMax, was reportedly pushing its studios to develop live service titles. Redfall had a significant microtransaction plan in place for 3 years before it was scrapped in 2021.
So now I'm expecting that the game doesn't have microtransactions, or maybe it has some, but surely not on the likes of what they were planning. It's chalked, y'all. It is completely chalked. No, I get it that they want to be making some level of money. I get that. But can a brother get one good game? Can we get one good game from Microsoft right now? That is crazy. Jason Schreier actually broke the news, guys.
It does seem like a lot of games have been having this, which is that they are totally like, all right, we're going to be Fortnite. There's been a bunch of leaks talking about that. Companies were like, all right, we want a Fortnite. We want to sell skins and battle passes and make sure that people are worrying about that next cool integration. And then obviously a lot of games as a service games completely flop, which is kind of my concern with Sony trying to go all in on a bunch of games as a service right now.
You guys think that Fortnite really hurt gaming as a whole? Because Fortnite on its own and they themselves, like, they are very strong. They're fearless, brave, stunning. They're bringing in the revenue. They're bringing in the moolah, which means like money, moolah, revenue, same thing, guys. But you get the idea. They're bringing in the player base as well. And even to this day, the game is killing it. I know some people would blame, or a lot of people would blame, but previously I said that and I still hold this opinion until I get some of you to change my mind. You know what I'm saying? But I don't blame Fortnite. The reason is this. Okay, everybody gather on. Okay, stud muffins, gather on. Okay, gather on. The reason is simple, because Fortnite is gonna do everything they can to make the best content for their game. And I would say I don't play Fortnite, I don't hate it, I don't love it, but Fortnite has been killing it for their own game. They're making sure the battle passes are good. The last time I checked, people were happy with it. Now I'm not sure, but I haven't heard any complaint. I haven't heard people being mad on the likes of how we are seeing people being mad with Xbox and Sony right now. They are doing something good for their own game. And I can respect that. Now, everyone else is looking to copy them, right? So you cannot blame Fortnite. That's the way I see it, because everyone else is looking to copy them. I blame the people that are looking to copy Fortnite. And you can copy to a certain extent. You can take the ideas, you can take the inspiration, or you can deadass copy it the way you are doing it right now, but make sure you also deliver the same level of quality and same level of content to your game. We're not seeing that with Call of Duty. Call of Duty completely copied the Battle Pass model, and okay, sure, if you want to copy it, fine, but at least make sure that there is good amount of content. Make sure that the content actually hits. The content is on par with Fortnite, if not better, because you're copying it. Okay, copy it, but at least make it slightly better and have more content and have content on brand. That's the main thing. So in this regard, everyone that is looking to copy them is just failing miserably. But I don't blame Fortnite per se, but I do acknowledge, I do agree with all of you out there that would say that, yeah, Fortnite changed the gaming industry, man. It surely did. It surely did, for good and for also bad, but for a lot bad, because a lot of these companies are trying to make as much money as they can, bleed their player base, and completely turn their franchise into hopium and microtransaction simulator.
Interesting that they tried this live service plan and then scrapped it internally, seeing the writing on the wall. This same year, Microsoft acquired ZeniMax for a $7.5 billion deal,
Damn.
and Arkane staff reportedly hope that Xbox might cancel Redfall or reboot it as a single-player game. However,
however, this is what I was waiting for. But recently we had a ton of copium from the PlayStation fanboys, the Sony ponies. Click on this video on the screen. We had ultra level, ultra amount of salt. Check it out, brothers, and I'll see you right there.